Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about the principal design balance, and I've got several things to show you. So I'm going to be going to the position where you can see the work that I'm doing. But some instances of balance, things that require balance in everyday life are riding a bicycle, playing on a seesaw, doing gymnastics. That's something I did growing up that required good balance. And I'm sure you can think of many, many more on your own. But we're going to be talking specifically about symmetrical balance today. And symmetrical balance means both sides of something are the same or equal. Take, for instance, a person's face, maybe an insect's body like a ladybug or butterfly. The White House, I'm sure we're all familiar with that building. Your shirt, an iPhone, a pair of glasses, the list could just go on and on and on. But objects that are symmetrical can be divided in half equally by something called a line of symmetry. You've probably heard of that in math class, so there's a little cross-curricular connection for you. It's often said that symmetrically balanced objects are like mirror images since both sides are the same, just like looking in a mirror yourself. But today we're going to be creating a symmetrically balanced butterfly drawing. So the first thing you would need to do is fold your paper in half. It doesn't matter if it's horizontal or vertical. We always say tall like a building or long like a bathtub. I'm going to turn mine horizontal, fold it in half equally, and open it up. And everything that you're going to draw today, or for now anyway, is going to be only half of it. And I mentioned we're going to draw half of a butterfly. So I'm going to start that line of symmetry. It's kind of hard for you all to see. I'm not sure. So again, you're only going to draw half of your butterfly's body, like the center point. And you can use a pencil first. I'm going to go ahead and just draw mine straight on there with crayon. I'm pretty confident. And be sure to make it dark. You can always go back and outline it darker later. So there's half his body. And of course, he's got these nice big wings. I think in my mind, he's going to be a monarch butterfly. So you can make it as fancy or as simple as you want. Just try to think big. Usually the bottom wing is a little bit smaller, so make it just a tiny bit smaller. And I'm going to go back and give him, he's got two antennas, but if I'm only doing half of it, of course, it's going to just be one. Again, I can make that as fancy as I want or as simple as I want. And remember, the designs on the wings, they're both going to be matching the second half. So whatever I draw here is going to transfer over here later. So again, I can make it as fancy as I want to. I'm really liking the whole polka dot theme here. And you could add lines, patterns, shapes, whatever you want to do. But keep in mind, the more lines you draw, the more shapes, you're going to have to work really hard later transferring it over here. So again, I said you might want to go back, and this will probably take you a little while at home to go back and outline it harder, darker. I like using a dark color crayon like black, maybe purple or blue or something. Lighter colors like yellows and pinks don't tend to work very well. So maybe your mom or dad or grandma or whoever's helping you with your NTI work could maybe show you a good color to use at home. And you know what? It doesn't really matter if I'm getting it dark enough now or not. I can always go back later if I see the need. I'll show you what I mean here in a minute. So I'm going to close my drawing. My picture's on the inside. And I'm going to take a tool now. I like using like the end of a spoon because that's a safe object. And I'm going to rub that on my drawing. I can kind of see through the picture and I can see where my lines are kind of appearing already. And I'll rub. I'm only rubbing where I can see those lines, remember, because it's going to be a waste of time if I'm rubbing where there's no crayon showing. I'm just making my hand get tired, guys. And be careful not to rub so hard you rip your paper. And just keep in mind, I can always go back over it later. If you forget something, yeah, just go back over it later. So I'm going to go down here to the bottom for a minute or two and rub. What I'm doing, guys, I'm trying to transfer what's on that right-hand side of my page I drew earlier over to my left. That's simply what I'm doing. So let's see if I've rubbed that hard enough. Let's open it up here. And I don't know if you can see it very well or not. It's very lightly transferring on this side. Not real happy with that, so I'm going to close that back up. I might try this into my spoon now, see if that would help any. Rub it some more. Remember, I might have to go back with my crayon. Rubbing really hard here. I might have to go back to my crayon and put more wax on it. That's a trick right there. Oh, yeah, that's helping a little bit. So, again, I can go back. Make that in even darker. So I'm really pushing on hard this time, guys. So I'm just going to do that top half, just kind of see. Close it back up. Rub, rub, rub again. It's helped a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and transfer what I've got here. Again, you may not be able to see it too well at home. I can. I'm going to go ahead and transfer my picture from that side to this side. And don't worry if it's not totally perfect. We're just having fun here learning about symmetrical balance. So just outlining what I had before. I'm not really creating anything new. And again, it's going to be a mirror image. It's going to look just like what's on the other half, or it should anyway. Now, that part's kind of hard to see. I forgot there's his antenna. So I'm going to take my crayons, or you could use markers. If you're fortunate enough to have paint at home, you could always paint it in, and then your picture would be complete. So I hope you've had fun learning about symmetrical balance today. Bye.